TRN News.
Severe storms are headed to Middle Tennessee. Forecasters say there's a few strong storms in the forecast today, but the risk is much higher on Tuesday. In addition to damaging wind gusts and hail, a few tornadoes are possible. Middle Tennessee and southern Kentucky are at risk for an EF2 or greater. Sunny, clear skies return on Wednesday. A string of deadly shootings over the weekend left 3 people dead in less than 4 hours, prompting renewed focus on violent crime in Memphis. The victims included 2 women and a man, all of whom later died at the hospital. The violence coincided with FBI Director Kash Patel labeling Memphis as the homicide capital of America and announcing a federal task force deployment to Tennessee. State Senator Brett Taylor supported the move, calling it a chance to make Memphis matter. I'm Joe Lincoln.
Number 1 for news from across the state. This is the Tennessee Radio Network.
What is hope? Hope to me was just that he would get to come home. I had no idea how hard it would be once he got back.
I wish she'd stop drinking so much. She thinks it's helping, but it's not. I hope she sees that soon.
I act like I don't care if he comes to my games, but I hope he does.
I used to hope he'd find happiness again. Now I hope our marriage makes it.
I hope Grandpa will get help. He thinks it's too late, but it's not.
With everything that he's going through, I hope he sees a counselor. I just want my brother back.
I hoped he'd get help. Stop hoping things would get better on their own. He told me to stop asking. I didn't. Then one day he asked for a ride.
Hope is knowing there are other families just like yours, that the veterans they love got help and recovered. Go to maketheconnection.net and turn hope into action.
All Cheatham County schools were closed early today due to a, quote, potential threat. It was posted on social media around 10 o'clock this morning. The school district said all campuses would be closing out of a, quote, abundance of caution. District officials say that at least 3 schools received threatening voicemails overnight. A suspect was arrested in Robertson County in connection with the incidents. An investigation is ongoing. Country music star Alan Jackson is coming full circle in Music City. The icon says he'll retire in 2026 after one final show in Nashville. That's where Jackson got his start 30 years ago. The 2-time Grammy winner and Country Music Hall of Fame inductee revealed in 2021 that he has Charcot-Marie tooth disease, which affects his mobility and balance. Jackson says the condition will eventually impact his ability to perform on stage. I'm Joe Lincoln, Tennessee Radio Network News.
From the Cookeville Communications News Center, I'm Rafferty Cleary. The Putnam County Sheriff's Office advising parents to be aware of the potential dangers of vaping devices. This after authorities investigated 2 separate cases of juveniles showing signs of an overdose related to using a THC vape device. Sheriff Eddie Ferris said the incidents occurred last week at Upperman High School and that a juvenile student has been charged with reckless endangerment and possession of drug paraphernalia after allegedly sharing the device with the students who became ill. A DeKalb County judge on Monday sentenced a woman charged with second-degree murder in the 2021 death of a man believed to have overdosed on fentanyl. 64-year-old Tomye Lou Bell will serve 6 years behind bars following her plea in court Monday. An indictment against Bell and 2 others accused the trio of killing 64-year-old Stephen Wayne Mullican in December of 2021 by the unlawful distribution and delivery of fentanyl. That's the news from the Cookeville Communications News Center. I'm Rafferty Cleary.
From the Upper Cumberland Weather Studio, I'm Anthony Taylor with your Tuesday morning forecast. An elevated risk of severe weather is in place for our entire region today. Our first round of storms is anticipated around lunchtime, with additional storms possible this afternoon and evening. Damaging winds, large hail, and tornadoes are all possible today across Middle Tennessee and here in the Upper Cumberland. A couple of tornadoes could be violent and long track. Highs today will top out in the lower 80s. Please note that NOAA weather radio transmitters are currently down. Make sure you have alternate methods of receiving alerts. Review your severe weather safety plan and be ready to take immediate action should a tornado warning be issued for your location. Upper Cumberland Weather has you covered across our platforms. Follow us on Facebook and X and find our live channel on YouTube and in the Hub Plus Roku app.
From the WHUB Willow Window Studios, your trusted window, garage door, and custom window treatment experts. Willow Window. Stop by their new showroom at 310 Newman Drive, Cookeville.
Wake up, Cookeville, it's a brand new day. Jason and Sheila got so much to say. From the heart of Putnam to the downtown streets, they're bringing you the buzz, the people you'll meet. Tuning dial up, let the stories flow. Good morning, Cookeville, it's the place to go. They're talking about the town, what's going on around. Events and news that make this county proud. With guests who take the mic, they share what's on their minds. Good morning, Cookeville, lighten up your life. From festivals to fairs, local art to the games, they're keeping you connected, knowing all the names. With laughter and stories, the hour flies by. Jason and Sheila keep the good vibes high. Tune and dial up, let the stories flow. Good morning, Cookeville, it's a show to know. They're talking about the town, what's going on around. Events and news that make this county proud. With guests who take the mic, they share what's on their minds. Good morning, Cookeville, lighten up your life. Oh, good morning, Cookeville. Oh, no. Every morning feels so bright, with local voices by your side. Jason and Sheila keep it real. Cookeville's heartbeat you can feel. They're talking about the town, what's going on around. Events and news that make this county proud. With guests who take the mic, they share what's on their minds. Good morning, Cookeville, lighten up your life. So grab your coffee, start your day. Good morning, Cookeville's on the way.
Good morning, Cookeville. We're Jason and Sheila. We're here in the Willow Window Studio. It's 6:07. Today is the 20th of May. Good morning, Sheila.
Good Tuesday morning, right? Is
Yeah.
it Tuesday?
Yeah.
You know what?
Yeah, it's Tuesday.
Like if something happened to me and the hospital would have to say, does she know what's going on? What is the day of the week? I would mess it up. And they would think she's crazy.
Yeah, it's time to put her down.
Yeah. And then I hope my husband or you would be there and say, no, she's always like this.
No, I go, time to put her down, boys.
You would, wouldn't you? But it's already 68.
Looks like that's the end of Sheila.
Time for a new co-host.
Tim, you want to pull the plug or me? Which...
Tim, I go, let me do it. It's 68 right now already. It's going to be a high around 80.
Yeah. Hey, and just a heads up, NOAA Weather Radio, their transmitters are down.
Oh.
This was a planned maintenance thing they were going to do. It's an upgrade. But what makes that real important today is those storms that could be severe a little bit later. So if you rely on the NOAA Weather Radio for weather, I won't get that today. Here's the good news.
Okay.
We have Mr. Anthony Taylor on all of our radio stations and on Hub Plus. If you're watching this on Hub Plus, if you haven't scrolled over to the right, you'll you should, because we've teamed up with Anthony at Upper Cumberland Weather, and now we stream the Upper Cumberland Weather Channel live on Roku on the Hub Plus app, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And so you can always watch it through the Hub Plus app. And, of course, we'll put him on live on all the radios, all the radio stations if things really start going south. So just stay with us. You can find 94.7 The Country Giant, 98.5 KISS FM, 106.1 The Eagle, and 107.7 Grace FM. If weather gets bad, you can tune to those radio stations or go to Hub Plus on the Hub Plus app. Watch Anthony Taylor and Upper Cumberland Weather there, or on cable, channel 192 on Twin Lakes or Spectrum.
You got that.
So we should have you covered with weather. Again, the NOAA weather radios will not work today. Just a heads up.
Just for maintenance. They were down for
guess
maintenance.
I should have said, here's some things you need to know, because that's a big one to need to know.
Yeah,
today.
it really is.
So sorry about that.
And then another thing you need to know, if you like the Buffalo Valley Dragway, it's this Saturday night they're going to have guaranteed drag program, the Dragway, and then $400 to win a gambler's bracket race. Well, you know, different things mean different things.
That's right. Yeah.
Different words mean different things.
Not the RuPaul version.
Right. This will be the car drag strip.
The car version.
Drag strip.
Right. Yeah.
Buffalo Valley Dragway, the gambler's bracket race.
All right.
It's a money races.
Tennessee's unemployment rate declined for the second month in a row. Added about 8,400 jobs. Over the past year, Tennessee employers have added 24,000 non-farm jobs, and we're still well below the national average at we're at 3.2%. National unemployment rate's at 4.2, so one whole percentage.
That's good.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
Tennessee's booming, man.
It really is.
Go Vols.
Well, for those of you that love going to the Cookeville community concerts, Cookeville Community Band's going to be performing this Monday at 7:30 at Dogwood Performance Pavilion. So that will be, I think, maybe one of the first concerts this year.
I think it is the first this year for the community band. For sure.
This Monday, 7:30.
Students at Tennessee Tech and the Tennessee Tech's College of Business, they were tasked with doing a project where they helped a charitable cause, and the class raised $20,000, but they did it for a bunch of different charities. There was 40 teams, and they all went out and raised money, and then total was $20,000, and they distributed that to different charities across the Upper Cumberland. So way to go, guys. That's a huge deal to raise $20,000.
Yeah, it is. Good job.
Way to go. Go Tech, wings up.
And that's all I'll have with things you need to know.
Also, if you live in Cumberland County, their rescue squad is doing their fundraiser. They need to raise somewhere between $5,000 and $10,000.
Mm-hmm.
That buys them ropes and things like that they need for rescue.
You know, I wouldn't think those ropes are expensive.
Yeah, they are. The kind that you use for that.
Yes.
You can't just run to Lowe's.
No, it's got to be extra sturdy.
Pick that up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got
saving life ropes.
Also, as Memorial Day approaches, Overton County, they do their Hometown Heroes program.
Yes.
And that's through American Legion Post 4. And they post, they put photos of fallen soldiers up on the light posts around town.
Yeah.
I know you've seen that before. So they're doing that again, and they've identified 17 soldiers so far. So that'll be neat to see. And this is kind of concerning. The New World screwworm.
Yeah, I've heard about this.
So it's a fly, and right now they're in Mexico, and they're thinking that they could enter the southeast region of the United States sometime this summer. So these flies, what happens is they get on animals, they lay their eggs in their skin, then their larva feeds on your blood and tissue while they grow.
Ugh.
And then they come out of you. It's a really bad sore too that they make. So
you think ticks are bad? This is even worse.
Man, it's been a bad tick season. I don't know how.
Yeah.
I'm just mowing the yard. I'm not sure how many I picked off me this weekend, but I told you about the NOAA weather radios. All right, that's all I've got, Sheila. I'm done with things you need to know.
Well, you're right about those ticks because My dog just ran through the yard, and she picked up one just crawling on her ear, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, it's going to be rough.
I had one in my belly button. I never had a belly button tick before, and it was really weird. It felt really weird to get out.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's something about your belly button.
I know. I don't like it touched. Feels like it's going all the way through my whole system.
Yeah, belly button's
like,
got
boom, like it's all the way through to my back. I was like, don't mess with that.
Good
Maybe
to know.
TMI.
Somebody write that down on Rules of Sheila.
I've got an innie.
Yeah,
don't be touching that. So it feels like it's going all the way through to my back.
All right, Sheila.
Oh, right. Your 2 cents is brought to you by Freedom Pond, 49 Mayberry Street in Sparta.
I can already tell it's going to be one of those mornings.
I'm wound up. I was wound up yesterday.
I know.
From guns and ammo to guitars to jewelry. They've got it all at Freedom Pond. Even a pontoon boat.
Yeah. Okay. What's the question?
Oh, the question?
Yeah.
Your 2 cents. Name a shampoo we all used back in the day. May not be around anymore. One that really came to mind. Gee, your hair smells terrific. Remember that one? It was advertised all the time, and it did smell pretty darn good.
What was it?
Gee, your hair smells terrific was the name of it.
That must be from the people who named, I can't believe it's not butter.
Right, probably, because it's
What should we name this? I don't know.
Gee, your hair smells terrific.
Let's just call it that. I'm tired of this meeting.
Let me see if anybody else. We got 2 or 3. Oh, it might be the most popular.
You're kidding me.
No, I'm not. You thought I was kidding, just making up a name.
I've never heard of that before my whole life.
Did you not watch any TV or commercials growing up?
Yeah, but I didn't commit them to memory, I guess. I don't know.
It did smell really good, too.
Maybe I'll look up the commercial on YouTube.
Yes.
Maybe that'll jar a memory.
Maybe, but that's one name of a shampoo you probably won't forget. So maybe you never, ever saw it.
I don't know. We'll get to your answers. I think I've got one that everybody will remember, though. I think I got one. It's 6:17. It's Good Morning Cookeville. We're live in the Willow Window studio. We'll be right back.
Discover unbeatable value at Freedom Pond, your ultimate one-stop shop. Conveniently located at 49 Mayberry Street in Sparta, we offer a vast selection of guns, ammo, knives, instruments, cameras, game systems, jewelry, tools, kayaks, trailers, and more. Whether you're buying, selling, or trading, our expert team is here to help. We're now open on Mondays, so visit Freedom Pond Monday through Saturday. Come see us and experience the difference. Freedom Pond, the friendliest and cleanest pawn shop in the Upper Cumberland.
Your home, your sanctuary. This includes your outdoor haven as well as the interior of your home. Willow Window can elevate your outdoors today with elegant and innovative products from SummerSpace. From awnings and outdoor shades to porch enclosure systems, transform your porch to your favorite part of your home. SummerSpace has the perfect solution specific to your needs. Call Willow Window today for your free estimate, 931-WINDOW-1.
Unlock the best of local entertainment with Hub Plus. Do you have Roku? Download the Hub Plus app today. Dive into exclusive content like Good Morning Cookeville presented by Elevate Real Estate, catch all the action with high school sports from Upper Cumberland Reporter, and stay updated with the latest weather from Upper Cumberland Weather. Plus, enjoy fantastic local shows such as The Randy Porter Show and Cookeville Lifestyles Show. Don't miss out. Download the Roku app now and start exploring.
Good morning, Cookeville. We're Jason and Sheila. We're here live in the Willow Window studio. Hub Plus has state tournament softball and baseball for you this afternoon, starting at 3. You can watch that on Hub Plus on Roku, on the Roku app, or channel 192 on Twin Lakes and Spectrum. It's 6:19.
Our guest this morning will be Dana Looper from Dana Looper Law and the Silver Fern Girls from the Silver Fern Gallery. They're moving to the west side. They're on Spring Street right now. Brandy Lynn and Bree Flora will be in here at 7:30. Love their names.
I like those two ladies.
Yeah, they're good ladies.
Yep. Your 2 cents brought to you by Freedom Pond. You can find that at Good Morning Cookeville on Facebook. Head over there. Be sure to give the page a like and answer Sheila's question this morning.
Name a shampoo we all used back in the day, or one you remember. You don't have to have used it, but
I've got it, and every girl around here used it, and a lot of guys did too.
okay.
Salon Selective.
Yeah, and it smells really good.
Smells really good.
Do they still make those?
I don't know, but I just remember every girl in junior high smelled like Salon Selective.
It smelled kind of strawberry-ish.
Yeah.
I don't know, but there was somebody that said that too. Salon Selective's on here. I can't find it now, but.
And then, of course, there's Head and Shoulders.
Yeah, but nobody said that. Tim, my husband, was trying to think about, he said there was one that smelled really bad, and I go,
oh, yeah.
Head and Shoulders or the
No,
blue
Head and Shoulders.
And he said, no, it was like a tar shampoo.
Yeah, I know exactly what he's talking about.
He said people used it for dandruff.
It was awful.
And he said it smelled like you were getting tarred and feathered.
Yeah. It was bad. I forgot. I know exactly what he's talking about.
It's real thick. I know what, but I don't know the name of it.
Me neither.
We sure remember the smell.
My mom got it for me once because I had some dandruff, and I was like, I'd rather have dandruff than smell like this.
Yeah, ain't that the truth?
Yeah.
Because it just was nasty. It was a medicine-y, tarry, bleh.
It was gross.
There's a Kim, let's see, Terry, Fred, they all say, gee, your hair smells terrific. So thank you for confirming that was a shampoo.
I mean, I believed you that it was a shampoo. I just never heard of it.
I can't believe you haven't heard of it. And this one I haven't heard of, Body on Tap.
Never heard of it.
There's 3 or 4 people that said that. I don't remember that.
Oh, no.
Maybe if I saw a commercial. Now, Matthew, our friend Matthew Christ at the Baxter Library, he said, Mane and Tail.
Yeah.
I thought that was a horse shampoo.
Well, a lot of girls used it to keep their hair strong.
So
and
it was
shiny.
like really good ingredients, I guess. They still make that, don't they?
They sure do. Yeah, you can pick it up at Tractor Supply or any of
It
the.
said mane and tail and body.
Yeah.
So, but I'm thinking body of the horse, right? No, I guess it's good ingredients in it.
I guess, but I know that back in the day, there were several of the girls at school that would use that. They claimed that it made their hair grow better.
It might.
I don't know. I never had to use it.
And they were probably long-haired ladies.
They were.
Yeah. Herbal Essence, Dawn
Oh, yeah,
said.
I remember Herbal Essence.
I remember those commercials too,
Yeah.
because this is what stands out. The girl was on a plane. She goes into the little plane bathroom, washes her hair, and then she comes out like, oh, it's so much better.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's enough. Alberta VO5. That's what Robin says.
I thought you had to heat that up.
Oh, there was a hot oil treatment. I'd used that before. I'd forgotten about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, hot oil treatment. Now they have the shampoo and a hot oil
okay.
treatment. I don't know if they still have that anymore.
That went together or not.
And it made your hair real silky.
Yeah.
I almost couldn't, like, curling iron would just slip right through that.
Oh, you can't have that.
Can't have that.
Curl and slip.
Carrie, Salon Selectives.
There you go,
she
Carrie.
is. There's 2 or 3 people that are saying Prel.
I remember Prel.
Yeah. I don't know if they make that anymore.
I don't know either. Suave was big back in the day, too. Now it's
Yeah.
just the cheap brand.
And Germac.
I don't remember Germac either.
Kevin said that, yeah. Vibrance. It smelled so good is what Arlene said. I remember that name. I don't remember the bottle or anything.
Familiar.
Nobody has said, yeah, here it is, Ray. He said Pert. I remember Pert.
Oh,
Pert
gosh.
and Prel. It was supposed to be.
I hadn't thought of Pert
really
forever.
They were harsh on your hair. Like, I remember that was in the 80s. We all got perms. And the salon I got my perm at, she goes, don't use that Prel. It dries your hair out and it makes it,
Really?
yeah. She goes, it's the awfulest thing for your hair. Now, I don't know if she's just trying to sell me product, but that's what she told me.
I don't know. Let me tell you, Sheila.
Libby said body on tap, Vidal Sassoon, and gee,
Ooh.
your hair smells terrific.
Vidal Sassoon. She's fancy.
Teen Spirit. Kind of remember that. It seemed like it was written kind of cool on the bottle.
Yeah, but that was a song, not a shampoo.
Maybe that's why it became a shampoo.
Because of the song.
Maybe. Smells like Teen Spirit's what you're thinking of.
Yeah.
and White Rain.
Oh my gosh, White Rain.
I don't know if they had shampoos, but I know they sure had some hairspray that we all used.
They for sure had shampoo.
Did they?
Yes. I remember White Rain shampoo for sure.
Agree. Ah, man. I hadn't heard that in a long time. That was a shampoo.
Agree?
I know.
Why would they name a shampoo Agree?
It agrees with your hair, I guess. It's not very catchy.
Man, people weren't good at naming stuff back in the day.
Your hair smells terrific.
I know. See, that's what I'm saying. I don't think
almost you're selling it on the bottle. Gee, your hair smells terrific. Oh, I'll try this.
Back in the 80s, we didn't really take a lot of pride in naming stuff.
We didn't.
You know,
we didn't take a lot of pride in nothing. With our clothes, our baggy pants.
We did. We thought we were, but I mean,
we thought we were cool.
With naming stuff, we're like, gee, your hair smells good. I can't believe it's not butter. Just say what it is. We don't need fancy names.
White Rain.
White Rain.
That's pretty fancy sounding.
It sounds fancy, but boy, it was a cheap shampoo.
Very cheap. Cheap hairspray. So that's what I got.
Yeah.
Well, from my parents, because I didn't have no money at that time.
Right, yeah.
They're like, okay, if you're wanting to start primping, we'll just give you White Rain. That's basically what it was.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't have any choice in what shampoo I used. It was just what was ever in the shower.
Then we got a lot of Prel. I think Prel and Gee, Your Hair Smells Terrific are the top ones, Jason.
Wow.
So you're going to have to pull up that old commercial.
I'll look at it and see if I can remember it.
Gee, your hair smells terrific.
Maybe that was maybe they showed that commercial like during like girl shows or something, and that's why I never saw it.
Oh, yeah, that's it.
Well, you know, I didn't watch many of the girl shows. You know, they had those
Sure.
cartoons and other shows that were specifically for girls. You know, like that Sweet Valley High stuff.
I didn't watch any of that.
I bet that's when they showed those commercials.
Well, I saw them, and I didn't watch Sweet Valley High.
Maybe like during gymnastics and ice skating.
No, I watched all that.
See?
But you said your mama watches that.
She watched it, but
So you probably saw it.
I may have seen it, but I didn't commit.
But you didn't pay a lot of attention.
Right, because none of the other
You're
commercials
like, that's girl stuff.
were for me. You know, something I noticed this weekend, and I know it's been happening for a while, and other people have noticed because I've seen it, you know, said and read about it.
Uh-huh.
And I knew it was a thing, but this weekend, they had a great movie marathon going on, I forgot what channel it was. IFC.
Oh, okay.
And
well, that's documentary, isn't it?
No,
documentary channel.
Could be
Independent Film Channel.
Yeah,
okay,
that's it.
Gotcha.
And they had like The Patriot and some of those movies on. So I just had it on, and because I love those movies, every single commercial, every single one,
women,
was about some drug you could take.
Oh.
Like every single commercial.
Because they were showing all the stuff for
you know, there's
people 55 and up.
Right. And every single one. And I couldn't tell you what any of them were for.
Huh.
Like they wouldn't say, do you have X disease? Well, then ask your doctor about this medication.
They're just like pumping the drugs out to you. Like, hey, we're going.
They'd have a funny little song about it. And then they'd show some people walking around in the sunshine being happy. And then they'd spend the next 20 seconds telling you how this medication might actually kill you and at bare minimum cause diarrhea.
Yeah. I mean, it's a long line of symptoms it could cause or side effects.
The side effects are worse than the symptoms.
Do you want to fix this? But you might get 20 of these things.
And I just couldn't believe how many pharmaceuticals that commercials there are.
You know, Big Pharma is real.
Well, I know it is, but I mean, it was just an astonishing
But it was like
amount.
Would they have them one right after the other?
One right after the other. I mean,
you think they're competitors? They shouldn't be back to back.
And Wegovy back to back.
Oh,
and
I bet they wouldn't like that.
And then some other, you know, that cure something. I'm not even sure.
Do you have depression?
There was a lot of depression.
And you know what?
Stuff.
I don't think I have, there's blue days, but then you watch the commercial and then you feel like you actually have it because it's a sad sounding commercial.
Well, now they've even got a drug that helps your depression drug. Truelix or something like that.
It works along with.
But you take it with, it's like, so wait, you got to get this drug, and then you got to get this drug to help this drug out. I don't know. I just never seen them all like that. So if you're old and want to watch The Patriot, just be prepared. They're gonna
have a lot of
knock you out.
drug commercials.
Yeah, I just watched.
Are we that age now?
Yeah, I just watched The Patriot to the point, when he takes his sons and he goes and shoots and he kills that guy with his hatchet.
Yes.
Then I'm done with The Patriot. I don't need to watch anymore. It's my favorite part of the whole movie.
It is good.
Because he like, oh, you about to find out.
You done messed around and found
That's
out.
what you just did. And now you're about to find out.
That's Mel Gibson, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I was making sure I had the right thing in my head.
Coming up, we've got spoiler alert, things going on in the world of entertainment and music. That's on the way next here on Good Morning Cookeville. We're live in the Willow Window studio. Good Morning Cookeville is brought to you by Elevate Real Estate. Hang on, be right back.
No support from my broker, minimal commission splits, and outdated marketing tools.
Sound familiar? Accelerate your real estate career with Elevate. Experience broker support, coaching, and training on how to make your team successful, competitive commission plans, and cutting-edge marketing tools.
Join our innovative company with a proven system that compresses 3 years of business growth into just 1 year. Please call 931-520-6450. Elevate Real Estate. We help you accelerate.
Hey guys, this is Jeff Root, General Manager at Ford Lincoln Cookeville. Are you tired of having to wait at a dealership to get your car serviced? Well, then you're going to love Ford Mobile Service from Ford of Cookeville. From oil changes and tire rotations to simple repairs, our certified technicians will do their thing right in your own driveway thanks to our state-of-the-art mobile service van. Let us come to you. Schedule your Ford Mobile Service now at FordLincolnCookeville.com or give us a call at 931-526-3325. Terms and conditions apply. See dealer for details.
Did you know that all of our stations have some great half-price Upper Cumberland deals? You're supporting local businesses and getting great savings at the same time.
Businesses like Fog Light Food House, CG's Boutique, The Exceptional Bean, Fire and Vine Restaurant and Rooftop Bar, and the Royal House of Cheese.
Visit any of the Cookeville Communications station websites for more information or to purchase a half-price gift card.
Good morning, Cookeville. I'm Jacob Vinson with the UCR Sports Report. The San Francisco 49ers secured their final key off-season piece after signing Brock Purdy and George Kittle. Linebacker Fred Warner agreed to a contract extension of 3 years and $63 million. Warner is coming off his third straight first-team All-Pro season. The Green Bay Packers updated their request of a rule change in regards to the play made famous by the Philadelphia Eagles, tush push. When they first submitted the request, they wanted to eliminate the play and still do today, but have changed the wording to include offensive players cannot assist the runner except by individually blocking opponents for him. The rule change will be voted on at team meetings today and tomorrow in Minneapolis. Join us for a pair of games from the Spring Fling this afternoon. First up at 3 o'clock, the Gornsville Tigerettes take on Halls in the 1A state tournament. Then at 6:30, Upperman Baseball battles Chester County in the 3A state tournament. You can listen to both games on the UCR Facebook page and YouTube channel. I'm Jacob Vinson, and that was the UCR Sports Report.
From the WHUB Willow Window Studios, your trusted window, garage door, and custom window treatment experts. Willow Window. Stop by their new showroom at 310 Newman Drive, Cookeville.
Morning Cookeville. Jason and Sheila here. We're live in the Willow Window studio. Good Morning Cookeville is brought to you by Elevate Real Estate. If you're looking for a home or maybe you have a home to sell, start with Elevate Real Estate. It's 6:33 now.
We have 69 right now, working our way up to a high around 78 for this afternoon, and we could have some storms later on.
Hang on, I'm not ready.
Oh, sorry, I should have killed more time.
Hang on. Not ready. Okay, now I'm ready. Time for spoiler alert. Things going on in the world of entertainment and music. We've got nothing on the late night talk shows.
And no, when he says that, that means nothing. In our generation, we don't know these people that they have as guests.
On regular TV tonight, Celebrity Wheel of Fortune on ABC. Jeopardy Masters is on ABC. and the Game Show Show.
The Game
on
Show
ABC. It's a premiere of that. I'm not sure exactly what that is. FBI International, and FBI Most Wanted on CBS. The Cleaning Ladies on Fox, along with Alert, Missing Persons Unit, and the season finale of The Voice is on NBC tonight, Channel 4.
I couldn't even tell you who's remaining.
Me either. I didn't do a good job watching The Voice this year.
I've been back and forth with it.
It just hadn't.
We miss Blake Shelton.
Yeah.
You know, they had Snoop Dogg on there a couple of times, and it really was great.
That was all right.
And
I don't know.
Then I'm like, I could take it or leave it.
This is, I lost interest in American Idol when Simon wasn't there anymore.
It's true. You got to have a cantankerous one on there. It's not good. It's like Mr. Wonderful on Shark Tank. I don't like him, but when he's not on there,
like him.
You know what I'm saying, though?
Yeah.
He's a little ornery, and then when he's not there, it's totally boring.
Yeah, it is.
Because I would definitely pick some of the others, but he makes the show more interesting.
I hate to say this, but the others are too supportive. You know what I mean?
That's what I would need, though. I would like that. Emotionally, like, come on, Sheila, you know this is great.
Yeah, but then...
Kind of like you are to me. You'd think he's mean, but he really ain't behind the scenes. Shh, don't tell nobody.
It's exhausting.
Well, maybe you're exhausting.
I already know I am, Sheila.
You are sometimes.
I'm extra.
Try to be nice and look at him.
Conan O'Brien has been cast as the voice of Smarty Pants in Disney Pixar's Toy Story 5.
Oh, my goodness. I thought it was done.
Which will hit theaters June 19th, 2026. I already know what I'm doing.
You're going to the theater and taking your grandbabies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Won't that be fun?
If they don't make you cry, because that Toy Story 4
Well,
made you
this is
cry.
great because now I get to start Toy Story all over again. Of course, Matthias has already been through his Toy Story phase.
Yeah, he loved Buzz Lightyear.
Yeah, to infinity and beyond. I mean, whenever Fly Me Papa, we would always have to start with To Infinity and Beyond. So we've already been through that phase, but maybe he'll still be in it.
Maybe. I hope
He'll
so.
like it. He'll be 4. Yeah.
That'd be perfect age.
Oh, no, he won't be 4 yet, but he'll be close. He'll be like 3.5 by then. That'd be good. The Seventh Heaven reboot is in early development at CBS Studios. Variety reports Jessica Biel, who starred in the original series, is executive producing. I remember that show, Seventh
I do
Heaven.
too.
Hulu has released the first teaser for the Wonderfully Weird World of Gumball, the revival of the animated franchise. The new series is expected to premiere on Hulu and Disney Plus later this year. I don't
remember that.
No, that must be some young people stuff.
Which means not us.
Which means not us. Sad news for Woody Harrelson and Bill Maher. Their cannabis dispensary was broken into in Hollywood. It's called the Woods WeHo in West Hollywood. Surveillance footage captured masked individuals in hoodies exiting a vehicle, shattering a glass window to gain entry, then filling bags with merchandise before leaving the scene.
That sounds like a movie, but it was real life, y'all.
I don't want to watch a cop movie with Woody Harrelson and Bill Maher.
I would watch Woody.
Unless it was one of those, where
Woody's funny.
Where they're funny and not like serious.
Yeah.
That'd be really weird.
Woody can do any role.
Oh yeah.
And do it well.
Oh yeah. I've liked him in most anything he's been in. Let's see here. Wendy Williams was allegedly relocated to a more restrictive memory care unit within her New York City assisted living facility. She's been back and forth on whether or not she should even be in one.
Right.
Apparently, she snuck up to the rooftop bar and got drunk on her 60th birthday. Wait, they have a
rooftop bar in a facility where. What is is she staying in? That's like
What?
a mental health facility. Is it
Yeah.
a mental health facility or just a care facility?
It says a assisted living facility.
Assisted living, and then they're like, "Hey, families might need to go up and have a little
You know what this
drink
place
or two."
needs? A rooftop bar.
That's crazy. Y'all, when I'm in an assisted living, I want that rooftop bar one.
Yeah, I'm going to put that request out too. If my kids are watching, then somebody write that down.
I want y'all to be able to go and have fun after I've driven y'all crazy.
Man, that is so weird. Anyway, so now they've put her in another spot.
So she won't be breaking away and getting drunk at the rooftop bar.
Go.
But it was her 60th birthday.
Right, it's
Come
not like
on.
she's up at the rooftop bar all the time.
It was her birthday.
It was her birthday.
But you know what? That makes me think she's not crazy. Because that sounds like something like Wendy with her show. I watched her show every now and then. She'd be like, "It's my birthday. Let's go celebrate."
I've never seen her show. I wouldn't know who she was if she hadn't been in the crazy house.
Really?
No, but I'll say this. I root for her.
I know. Yeah.
I feel like this is also me if they put me in a place.
You'd be a little ornery.
I think I would.
Yeah.
I think my kids would be embarrassed.
You'd be calling Sheila. It's my 60th birthday. Let's go to the rooftop, bring all my friends, get all the people we worked with together. Let's go have a party.
Right.
That would be you.
Right. And then I'd be in trouble.
And I'd have to go, he's not crazy. He's just Jason.
Let's see here. Netflix has acquired the streaming rights to Sesame Street,
Netflix.
ensuring the show's continuation after Warner Brothers Discovery ended its deal in late 2024. Season 56 will debut later this year and air simultaneously on PBS and PBS Kids, marking the first time in a decade that new episodes will be available on public television without delay.
Well, that's great.
Good stuff there from Netflix.
That was going to be my question. I was going to be sad for PBS, but this is good for them.
Help PBS. Apparently, the University of North Carolina isn't the only place where Jordan Hudson is rubbing people the wrong way. Jordan Hudson is Bill Belichick's 24-year-old girlfriend.
Okay.
She's been trying to be she's been struggling to push her way into the Nantucket society scene.
Ooh, she's just wanting to be a society girl.
Must be something. I don't know.
Must be hard to get into.
So she's been trying to become part of the island's charity circuit and social circle, but Islanders are siding with the ex-wife, Linda Holiday.
Ooh.
Not with Bill Belichick. One source says she's trying to claim her stake in the social circle. That is Linda's thing. That's what one person said. Another person said, people on Nantucket are pretty sophisticated. You could be sitting at a Galley Beach restaurant, and if she walked in, 90% of the place would roll their eyes. She's kind of young. Who knows what happened when Linda was still dating Belichick? Did Jordan come into the picture then?
So they know she's probably, this is what they're thinking. She's being kind of catty because that's the ex-wife's thing. That's her thing. And she's coming trying to get in with it too. And
the ex-wife does
take over
things.
Yeah. I get what they're saying though, because she's been in that for years. And now here comes this young 20-something-year-old who's now got her ex-husband.
But there's no reason to be mean to her.
She's being mean by what she's doing. She's being catty.
Poor little thing, just trying to fit in.
That's right. You always take up for the young ones who's still perky in many ways. Quit being such a man.
Poor little thing. She's just trying to
Y'all
help
never
out.
know how catty some of these girls can be.
She's just trying to help the charities, Sheila. That's
Let
all.
me preface that by saying, not all women are catty, but those who are, I do not like.
Poor little
Jordan. Did you see how she was interrupting Bill Belichick in one of the interviews and saying, we won't talk about this. He's not talking about this. I'm thinking, isn't he a grown man that can take it for himself?
That little Jordan, poor thing.
Oh,
picking
he's
on
trying to get
her.
me fired up, y'all.
It's working. It's
Totally.
It's 6:44. We're Jason and Sheila, and coming up, we've got the real good couple stories that are positive and uplifting.
Lord knows I need those after this.
And then Ask Sheila.
Yeah, it's me this week.
Yeah. That's all coming up here in just a little bit on Good Morning Cookeville. We're live in the Willow Window Studio. Good Morning Cookeville is brought to you by Elevate Real Estate. We'll be right back.
Elevate your space with high-quality window treatments from Willow Window. Our dedicated team crafts custom solutions featuring sleek blinds, elegant shades, custom interior and exterior shutters, and luxury drapery tailored to your style. Transform your windows into stunning focal points that enhance your home's charm. Reach out to us today for your complimentary estimate. 931-WINDOW-1.
Unlock the best of local entertainment with Hub Plus. Do you have Roku? Download the Hub Plus app today. Dive into exclusive content like Good Morning Cookeville presented by Elevate Real Estate, catch all the action with high school sports from Upper Cumberland Reporter, and stay updated with the latest weather from Upper Cumberland Weather. Plus, enjoy fantastic local shows such as The Randy Porter Show and Cookeville Lifestyles Show. Don't miss out. Download the Roku app now and start exploring.
From the Upper Cumberland Weather Studio, I'm Anthony Taylor with your Tuesday morning forecast. An elevated risk of severe weather is in place for our entire region today. Our first round of storms is anticipated around lunchtime, with additional storms possible this afternoon and evening. Damaging winds, large hail, and tornadoes are all possible today across Middle Tennessee and here in the Upper Cumberland. A couple of tornadoes could be violent and long track. Highs today will top out in the lower 80s. Please note that NOAA weather radio transmitters are currently down. Make sure you have alternate methods of receiving alerts. Review your severe weather safety plan and be ready to take immediate action should a tornado warning be issued for your location. Upper Cumberland Weather has you covered across our platforms. Follow us on Facebook and X, and find our live channel on YouTube and in the Hub Plus Roku app.
Good morning, Cookeville. We're Jason and Sheila. We're here in the Willow Window Studio. Good morning, Cookeville's brought to you by Elevate Real Estate. It's 6:47 now.
And we've got great guests coming in. Dana Looper with her Dana Looper Law. She practices all kinds of law, not just one specific. She does it all law. And then Brandy Lynn and Bree Flora from Silver Fern. They're moving from Spring Street down to the west side. It's kind of going to be in the area, kind of. I think it will be. We'll talk to them where the old Plenty bookstore was, and they moved across the street. So I think it's that building.
Okay. Let's see here. Real good. Couple stories that are positive and uplifting. We call it the real good. Last week, a fleet of 34 Corvettes rolled away from Louisville, Kentucky, and drove about 400 miles southwest to Memphis, Tennessee, as part of a charity event called the St. Jude Corvette Drive.
Whoa.
Sounds fun.
It does, and for a great cause.
The drivers and passengers raised more than $90,000 for the hospital this year, adding to the $2.8 million donated since it started in 2012. Onlookers are dazzled as dozens of Corvettes drove down the interstate through cities during the 6-hour drive along the way. The caravan makes stops, meets fans, and keeps the fundraising momentum going. But the big payoff is when they roll into the parking lot at St. Jude's.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah. Says we have a lot of fun doing this. It's a great time. That's what Larry Ott said, one of the organizers. But when we actually get down to that campus and get to see what's going on down there and what this organization does on behalf of children, it just blows you away. And it does to see it firsthand.
Because I haven't seen it firsthand.
Oh, really?
I haven't been to Memphis and seen all
It'll take you back. I mean,
I'm sure it will be very emotional because we do the radiothon with St. Jude on the Country Giant. So St. Jude's a big deal.
Hearing the stories, but then seeing it with your own eyes,
And seeing how much of a difference they make.
It's a whole different deal. Another real good story. Earlier this month, Andrew Smith of Pensacola, Florida, was using his drone to go fishing in the area of Fort Pickens Beach, which is something I hadn't thought about using a drone for. While he was getting his gear together, a panicked girl rushed up to Andrew and explained that her friend was in trouble in the water. She was being pulled out to sea by the current. Now, Andrew can't swim because of a medical condition. He did have his fishing drone nearby. Andrew attached a flotation device to the drone and was able to drop one right into the hands of that teenage girl in the water.
How amazing. What quick thinking.
I know, right? The adventure rattled Andrew, but everything worked out. His anxiety calmed down once he saw the girl climb safely onto the flotation device, and the situation was under control about 5 minutes later when first responders arrived. Andrew spoke to the girl's father the day after the rescue. The dad thanked him and said thanks for saving his daughter's life and assured him that she had recovered fully and is doing well.
That's great.
Man.
He saved her life.
Sometimes we all get a little upset with all this new technology, these drones and AIs and and then they do something like this.
Yeah, and you're like, oh my goodness.
Right. It's kind of like when we all complain about social media until somebody gets on there and the whole community helps somebody out.
True.
You know,
when it's used for good, things can be pretty awesome.
Good things can happen.
Right.
It's just there's a lot of bad people.
Right.
But
more good than bad.
Bad people do bad things.
Correct.
Good people do good things.
That's so nice, Jason. It's true.
Man, deep this morning.
You are.
I was deep yesterday. What did I say yesterday that caught you off guard?
Yesterday you said, I don't think it was here. It was after. It was grandpas and grandmas are your first best friend.
Yes.
And I was like, oh, Jason.
Say that.
I said, did you hear that somewhere? So he goes, no, I just made it up. And I was like, what's the truth?
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Man, I'm smart.
Alec.
All right, Sheila, I've got your questions here ready.
Okay.
For round 2 of Ask Sheila. You guys can play along at home if you'd like. You can shout at your screen and
maybe I'll hear you.
Try to help Sheila out. All right, first question. You got 2 right yesterday, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
All right. About 1/4 of Americans say they do this every time they eat. What is it? I know I do.
Does it have to do with the kitchen?
I mean, it can, but not exclusively in the kitchen. In fact, probably more exclusively in the living room if you're eating in the
Watch TV.
Got it. Watch TV.
That was a good hint, Jason.
Well, that was a good answer, Sheila.
Thanks. We're being real sweet. Y'all ain't gonna know how to take us.
Well, lawyers coming in. I don't want to get caught up in that. You know how that goes.
She is my friend.
When a lawyer gets involved.
Yep.
About 28% of Americans admit to doing this, even though they know it's wrong. What is it?
Running red lights.
No, it does have something to do with your vehicle, and I can't believe that people do this. I mean, it's ridiculous.
Run off without paying for their gas?
No,
that would be horrible.
Yeah, 28% of Americans do.
28%
admit to doing this, even though they know it's
their
wrong.
Vehicle.
And they know it's wrong to do it. Everybody knows it's wrong.
I hope it ain't hit and run.
No, it ain't hit and run.
Is it not that serious?
Why, you been hitting and running people?
No.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that would be horrible.
It would be. So I thought that's weird for you to admit it.
No, I didn't admit anything. I haven't done that.
That's exactly what somebody would say if they had done it.
I think that's kind of crappy.
It's not. That's not the answer.
One more hint.
More than likely, it happens in a parking lot.
Oh no! They use the handicap parking, and they're not handicapped.
They use the handicap parking.
I don't do that.
I just think that's, as my pa would say, that's sorry.
It is.
Yeah. I'm real bad at just pull in and park in the first place I find. Like, I don't go hunting for a good parking spot. Now, my wife, she'll hunt.
I've been known to hunt.
She'll hunt for a parking spot.
But I don't, because I don't know. I feel like that's bad karma if I pull in there.
Yeah.
For a handicap, and I don't have a handicap license plate, or I don't have, because that may be somebody in a wheelchair that needs that.
That's right. Yeah.
And then they might have to park on down, and I can walk.
I've probably done some low down and dirty stuff in my day.
I don't think you've done
but
that.
I've never done that.
See?
You got to draw the line somewhere.
It just feels so wrong, and I feel like that'll come back to bite me.
Yeah. All right. Here we go, Sheila.
So I got both of those.
You got two.
Right. Yay.
But with incredible hints.
It was pretty good, but I gave you incredible hints too last week.
15% of Americans, 15% of Americans do this every day. What is it? I tell you, I'd like to.
We sleep and eat every day.
I'd like to do this every day, but I don't.
We sleep and eat.
That's not it, Sheila. And it's not like sleep and eat. It's not. Those are have tos.
Well, you don't have to
And way more than 15% of Americans sleep and eat within a 24-hour
What about take
period.
a nap after lunch?
Take a nap. There you go.
It really is take a nap.
Take a nap. Yeah.
You should have given it to me on sleep.
I couldn't because you.
I got it right.
Because you meant like sleep.
And what do you think?
You were talking about the basics of life.
Don't you think I'd have given that to you?
No, I don't.
I do think I
they're
would
two
have.
different things. Napping and sleeping are two different things.
Y'all, I probably would have broken my record sooner if it wasn't Jason asking these questions.
But everybody, a nap is 30.
Most people, because I can see them nodding, yeah, they would have given that to me.
A nap's like 30 or 45 minutes. Sleep is like 6 to 8 hours. That's two different things.
Same umbrella.
It's the same. It's not. Yes, you close your eyes, but that's
I would have said, this is what I would have done to Jason, and y'all know I'm right. I would have said, oh, you're so close. That's how you've gotten so many right. But anyway, did I get 3 right today? Yes, I did.
You sure did, Sheila.
From good hints and just working hard. That brain. It's with it today.
I gave you the applause and everything like you like. Of course, you didn't hear it because you was talking through it.
He's ornery today, y'all. Watch him.
I'm telling you what. Today is National Pick Strawberries Day.
Oh, I like strawberries, especially fresh strawberries.
Of course, they just had their big strawberry festival out at McCauley's Amazing Acres over the weekend. Looked like it went great.
And for my sister's birthday yesterday, they got her like a strawberry peach kind of cake.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's for sure strawberry season.
I saw a picture of it, and I really, really wanted a piece, but she's in Shelbyville.
It's National Quiche Lorraine Day.
I like quiche.
Who's Lorraine?
I don't know, but she cooks a good quiche.
It's also National Rescue Dog Day.
Oh, you know I like that.
So if you've been thinking about it, today's the day. And it's also World Bee Day.
Like zzz.
Yeah. And I learned this last night, that a bumblebee, there's a certain bumblebee that, have you ever heard a bumblebee change how it's buzzing sounds when it's on? So that releases it's a certain frequency that pulls the pollen out of the flower.
Isn't that something?
Yeah. And then they carry the
They've done that to me. They probably thought I was a flower.
It's probably testing you. Wish this lady get out of my way.
She's in my way. She's in my area.
I'm trying to get to these flowers, but I can't get Sheila out of the way. You sure won't quit talking about the flowers.
That's why nobody takes me fishing.
Oh, God. Can you imagine taking Sheila deer hunting?
I think I see a deer. There it is.
Coming up, we've got some great guests.
Dana Looper.
Yeah.
She just walked through here. Where'd she go? Dana Looper Law.
No.
She's coming in at 7. And then Bree and Brandy from the Silver Fern at 7:30.
Can't wait. It's going to be a lot of fun. Hang out with us. It's Good Morning Cookeville. We're live in the Willow Window Studio. Good Morning Cookeville is brought to you by Elevate Real Estate.
TRN News.
A string of deadly shootings across Memphis over the weekend left 3 people dead in less than 4 hours and prompted renewed focus on violent crime. The victims included 2 women and a man, all who died later at a hospital. The violence coincided with FBI Director Kash Patel labeling Memphis the homicide capital of America, announcing a federal task force deployment to Tennessee. State Senator Brent Taylor supported the move, calling it a chance to make Memphis matter. This comes despite a reported 9% drop in major crime so far this year. And a man now in custody in connection with a deadly shooting near Belmont University last week. Metro Nashville Police announcing Sunday Jordan Smith arrested on criminal homicide charges. Investigators believe Smith shot Dana Corley while he was behind the wheel of his Nissan on Wedgwood Avenue last Tuesday night. Detectives believe Smith killed Corley over the issues the two had with one another in the past. I'm Lee Mowen.
Number 1 for news from across the state. This is the Tennessee Radio Network.
Look up, look down, look around, look up, look down, look around. In the trees and on the ground, 'cause the ALB must be found.
If you're hearing this, you should be concerned about the Asian longhorned beetle, an invasive species that's destroying our trees. But you can help. Look for the signs and help stop the beetle.
Look up, look down, look around, look up, look down, look around. In the trees and on the ground, 'cause the ALB must be found.
Some signs of the ALB are dime-sized holes on tree trunks, a sawdust-like material called frass, and the beetle itself, with a long black body and white spots.
Look up, look down, look around, look up, look down, look around. In the trees and on the ground, 'cause the ALB must be found.
Learn all the signs and how to report them at AsianLonghornedBeetle.com. That's AsianLonghornedBeetle.com.
A federal task force on the way to Tennessee after FBI Director Kash Patel labeled Memphis the homicide capital of America. That's following a string of deadly shootings over the weekend, leaving 3 people dead in less than 4 hours. Memphis Mayor Paul Young released a statement Monday saying the city is looking forward to learning more about the federal involvement. He added that, quote, locally, we're already seeing results. A man behind bars in Cheatham County accused of making a series of threats against area schools. Classes called off on Monday after the 40-year-old suspect from Robertson County allegedly left threatening voicemails. Campuses in the district were later swept by law enforcement. No word on if they found anything. And country music star Alan Jackson getting ready for a full circle moment in Music City. The icon says he'll retire in 2026 after one final show in Nashville. That's where he got his start 30 years ago. The 2-time Grammy winner and Country Music Hall of Fame inductee revealed in 2021 about Charcot-Marie tooth disease affecting his mobility and balance. I'm Lee Mowen, Tennessee Radio Network News.
From the Cookeville Communications News Center, I'm Rafferty Cleary. The Putnam County Sheriff's Office advising parents to be aware of the potential dangers of vaping devices. This after authorities investigated 2 separate cases of juveniles showing signs of an overdose related to using a THC vape device. Sheriff Eddie Ferris said the incidents occurred last week at Upperman High School and that a juvenile student has been charged with reckless endangerment and possession of drug paraphernalia after allegedly sharing the device with the students who became ill. A DeKalb County judge on Monday sentenced a woman charged with second-degree murder in the 2021 death of a man believed to have overdosed on fentanyl. 64-year-old Tomye Lou Bell will serve 6 years behind bars following her plea in court Monday. An indictment against Bell and 2 others accused the trio of killing 64-year-old Stephen Wayne Mullican in December of 2021 by the unlawful distribution and delivery of fentanyl. That's the news from the Cookeville Communications News Center. I'm Rafferty Cleary.
From the Upper Cumberland Weather Studio, I'm Anthony Taylor with your Tuesday morning forecast. An elevated risk of severe weather is in place for our entire region today. Our first round of storms is anticipated around lunchtime, with additional storms possible this afternoon and evening. Damaging winds, large hail, and tornadoes are all possible today across Middle Tennessee and here in the Upper Cumberland. A couple of tornadoes could be violent and long track. Highs today will top out in the lower 80s. Please note that NOAA weather radio transmitters are currently down. Make sure you have alternate methods of receiving alerts. Review your severe weather safety plan and be ready to take immediate action should a tornado warning be issued for your location. Upper Cumberland Weather has you covered across our platforms. Follow us on Facebook and X and find our live channel on YouTube and in the Hub Plus Roku app.
From the WHUB Willow Window Studios, your trusted window, garage door, and custom window treatment experts. Willow Window. Stop by their new showroom at 310 Newman Drive, Cookeville.
Wake up, Cookeville, it's a brand new day. Jason and Sheila got so much to say. From the heart of Putnam to the downtown streets, they're bringing you the buzz, the people you'll meet. Tune in, dial up, let the stories flow. Good morning, Cookeville, it's the place to go. They're talking about the town, what's going on around. Events and news that make this county proud. With guests who take the mic and share what's on their minds. Good morning, Cookeville, lighten up your life. From festivals to fairs, local art to the games, they're keeping you connected, knowing all the names. With laughter and stories, the hour flies by. Jason and Sheila keep the good vibes high. Tune in, dial up, let the stories flow. Good morning, Cookeville, it's a show to know. They're talking about the town, what's going on around. Events and news that make this county proud. With guests who take the mic, they share what's on their minds. Good morning, Cookeville, lighten up your life. Oh, good morning, Cookeville. Every morning feels so bright with local voices by your side. Jason and Sheila keep it real. Cookeville's heartbeat you can feel. They're talking about the town, what's going on around. Events and news that make this county proud. With guests who take the mic, they share what's on their minds. Good morning, Cookeville, lighten up your life. So grab your coffee, start your day. Good morning, Cookeville's on the way.
Good morning, Cookeville. We're Jason and Sheila. We're here live in the Willow Window Studio. It's 7:07, and not sure what's going to happen for the next 30 minutes. So put your seatbelt on, put your seat in your upright position, because this could get crazy.
Hang on, because it's me along with Dana Looper. Dana Looper Law, can you see that shirt good?
Yeah.
Now, who are you broadcasting this out to?
Huh?
Is this everybody? Does
Everybody,
see?
yeah.
Lord.
Hub Plus on Roku. Anybody all around the world can
Channel
listen.
192 on Spectrum
Watch.
and Twin Lakes,
Yeah.
Facebook, YouTube, all the places.
Can I start something first?
Yeah.
So I was listening this morning, and I heard Sheila was announcing, who was coming on this morning.
Uh-huh.
And I noticed that she said that the ladies from the Silver Fern, I believe,
Mhm.
she bragged on their names. She didn't on mine.
Oh,
So I
you
just
know-
want everybody to know that.
Oh,
I heard that.
You know what, Dana?
I thought you were on my
You
side.
know what, Dana? I did notice that.
Yeah.
I noticed that too.
I like this logo. She's on the DL. She's on the down low, but not really. She's Dana Looper Law.
559D Law.
Yeah.
559D Law.
So, you went out on your own here now. Okay, so what's that been like?
It was interesting.
Scary, I'm sure.
A little bit, yeah, because you sit in your new office and you think to yourself, is anybody going to call?
Yeah.
What
now
am I
what?
going? Yeah, because now I got big girl bills, and how am I going to pay them if nobody calls? But
Yeah.
it's been fine.
You've been doing a lot in the area. Like you're on, is it Broad?
East Spring, right across
East Spring
from the Justice
Street,
Center.
across from the Justice Center. You've been redoing that building, and it's looking really great.
Yes, but I can't take all the credit. I've had a lot of construction folks over there working real hard.
Yeah, and I just love that building though, because I think I like the older buildings that tell a story, and it's such a great building. So you've done a lot of renovating over there, and just really welcoming. Who's the lady that's in the front office?
That's Miss Jenna Matthews.
I was thinking Jill, but I was like, that's not right. Jenna.
Jenna, and she just found out she passed all of her grades. So
Yay.
she'll be a 2L next year at Nashville School of Law.
What does that mean, 2L?
So, like how you got freshman, sophomore, and all. It's like a sophomore.
Oh, I got you. Huh. Well, that's interesting. Now, are you specializing in any sort of law, or are you, I don't know what they call it, just an all-around lawyer. I haven't had the need for a lot of lawyers, so I don't know a lot of the lingo
I
here.
find that interesting that he hasn't.
I
but
know.
We'll get into that.
You know how ornery he is.
Right.
I mean, don't kid yourself. I've needed a lawyer.
I'm not kidding myself.
But-
You're kidding yourself.
Well, I would just call myself a general practice lawyer, but
Okay.
I don't do bankruptcy or trust and things of that nature. But everything else, fair game.
Okay. So are you going to court every day? I mean,
As soon as I leave here, I'll go to Putnam County General Sessions Court, and as soon as I finish up there, I'll go to Overton County General Sessions Court. So I have 2 on the docket today.
Oh, wow.
that is.
But that's a lot of lawyers around here.
You know what?
Do that.
Ever since I've known you, though, you have always just stayed busy, and you want to be involved. I think that keeps you going. Like, you like that kind of flying by the seat of your pants kind of thing.
That should be studied. I don't think that's how we're supposed to live, though.
Pretty sure it's not, but you know.
She doesn't like sitting too long. I'm surprised she came in here with us. We appreciate that.
Yeah.
My granny doesn't either.
No, I mean, it's more fun to keep going than it is just to sit around. That's
The way
for
I
sure.
say, I can rest when I die.
Right.
In all fairness, you have rested on the air before.
Oh, I did. Yeah, I was sleepy one day and kind of fell asleep.
Was he putting you to sleep?
Yes,
That's what I
that's
thought.
what it was. But let me tell you, I was looking through your Facebook the other day, and that's why I like it. You said
Or stalking.
I was
depending on how
stalking
you wanna
Dana
look
because
at
you
it.
know I love her. What kind of law do you practice? People always ask that, and you said, let's take a peek at the type of cases handled in March. You said termination of parental rights. What? We got a Drew Barrymore here? Because I think she did that with her mom. Divorce, agreed and contested. Also, wrongful termination, administrative hearings, custody, order of protection, criminal defense, a conservatorship, probates, and car wrecks.
We've been
So
busy.
she does it all.
Now, out of all of that, and this is probably going to be weird to say, what's your favorite of those?
A lot of people ask me that, but I don't have a favorite because it's all the same. Here's the facts. Here's what one person says, and then here's what my client says, and then here's what the law says. So it's all just applying the facts, and figuring out how to put my client in the best position. So I enjoy it all.
She takes really good care of her
When
folks,
When you
too.
were a kid, were you argumentative as a child? Because, you know, every
Let's
kid.
don't say that word. She
Well,
probably
no-
like
no.
debating.
Every
She's a leader.
you know, so, you know, like, and it seems like little girls are the worst for it by being argumentative.
I'm offended.
What's that supposed to mean?
But you know, you always talk, man. You'd argue anything. You'd be a good lawyer. I mean, how many times did you hear that a lot when you were a kid?
No, I wouldn't think so.
You're
or
more
I tuned
agreeable
it
as a
out one.
kid?
No, I think I was very protective as a kid. And because I'm so much like my granny, we argued a lot, but I was, rule follower. I didn't get in trouble a lot.
I can see you taking up for the underdog a lot.
Yeah.
That's what she's about. You know, like she wants to fix it and make it better.
Yeah. But you just hear that all the time, though. Especially, if the kid's argumentative, that they would say, now, because I don't know. I mean, was being a lawyer your end goal? Like when you were a little girl, did you want to be a lawyer, or what did you want to be?
I wanted to be a tornado chaser.
You wanted to be a tornado
She wanted to be in Twister.
I did.
So you watched Twister and said, Helen Hunt, that's who
Yes.
I want to be.
Yes. I did. I did.
What kept
So
you-
she was a rule follower, but she had that urge
Right.
for that.
Well, Helen Hunt was a little bit of a rule breaker in that Twister movie.
But see,
So,
well, only for the tornadoes.
so what kept you from doing it?
I think, I got out of high school and I thought, what am I going to do now? I've got bills. I
Right.
got to make something of myself.
Storm chasing, it doesn't pay the bills.
We don't have that many tornadoes around here, so
Right.
I had to have a come to Jesus, meeting with myself, and it was either the military or the police academy,
Mhm.
and whichever one I got into first, I went with it. So I really didn't have a goal.
So it was Police Academy. Yeah.
And that was exciting for you too.
I had a blast.
And I feel like doing law is exciting too, because you want to fight for that good ending.
We'll talk more with Dana Looper.
So
coming up
interesting.
Here in just a little bit. Here in the Willow Window Studio, Good Morning Cookeville is brought to you by Elevate Real Estate. We're live here in the Willow Window Studio. We'll be right back.
Discover unbeatable value at Freedom Pawn, your ultimate one-stop shop. Conveniently located at 49 Mayberry Street in Sparta, we offer a vast selection of guns, ammo, knives, instruments, cameras, game systems, jewelry, tools, kayaks, trailers, and more. Whether you're buying, selling, or trading, our expert team is here to help. We're now open on Mondays, so visit Freedom Pawn Monday through Saturday. Come see us and experience the difference. Freedom Pawn, the friendliest and cleanest pawn shop in the Upper Cumberland.
Your home, your sanctuary. This includes your outdoor haven as well as the interior of your home. Willow Window can elevate your outdoors today with elegant and innovative products from SummerSpace. From awnings and outdoor shades to porch enclosure systems, transform your porch to your favorite part of your home. SummerSpace has the perfect solution specific to your needs. Call Willow Window today for your free estimate, 931-WINDOW-1.
Unlock the best of local entertainment with Hub Plus. Do you have Roku? Download the Hub Plus app today. Dive into exclusive content like Good Morning Cookeville presented by Elevate Real Estate, catch all the action with high school sports from Upper Cumberland Reporter, and stay updated with the latest weather from Upper Cumberland Weather. Plus, enjoy fantastic local shows such as The Randy Porter Show and Cookeville Lifestyles Show. Don't miss out. Download the Roku app now and start exploring.
Good morning, Cookeville. You can absolutely tell me I'm genius anytime, Sheila. We're Jason and Sheila here.
It goes to his head.
We're live in the Willow Window studio. It's 7:16 now.
Here's the deal, y'all. I've bragged on him a lot over our time knowing each other, and I can see how it does him. So he doesn't take it very well because it goes to his head. We've got Dana Looper with Dana Looper Law here as our guest. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you all?
I'm good. How are you doing dealing with us?
I'm doing well, other than I'm a little hot, but I've already addressed that with you all. Look at him.
Well, I mean, I can't do anything about it. It is what it is.
He won't let me turn it down any lower.
It's right over there. You know where it's at.
Yeah, but then you gripe the whole time.
I wouldn't gripe.
We need a lawyer.
I would just say I'm cold because I'm.
And I say I'm hot.
I'm cold. I'm cold natured.
I feel like I'm in a divorce mediation. Like, it's giving me flashbacks.
That's so funny.
Have you ever been in one of those like, why don't y'all just stop?
Yes.
I mean, because a lot of times it just gets worse.
And we're not really mad. We really love picking on each other. But I mean, I'm sure it is.
Yeah.
It is. But have you been in like the silly argumentative stuff? And
I have. And I tell folks, look, I'm going to sell it to you the way it is. And I'm going to pull the curtain back. If y'all are arguing over who gets the TV or who gets the China set, you're going to spend more money in attorneys, and you could have bought it 6 or 7 times again.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes they just need to hear that.
Yeah.
And then all right, I got it. I'll let it go.
Right. Yeah.
That's true, though.
When
you're doing them a favor by telling them that too.
Before the break, we were talking about you not getting to become a storm chaser, which is sad, and then you went into law enforcement. How did that prepare you being a police officer for what you're doing now, being a lawyer? Does that make, how did that has to work together a little bit?
It absolutely does. And there was many times, being on night shift, driving, my zone, and I would come up on someone out in the middle of the road using the bathroom, and they were under the influence, and just having
not that anything's wrong with that.
No, not saying anything, not taking a position.
It's just dangerous.
It's just dangerous.
Right? Yeah.
And so you're by yourself.
That's one way. That's where you don't want to get ran over with your pants down.
No, that'd be horrible.
That'd be terrible.
And it's always a red flag. You know something more is going on. So being able to pick up on those clues, that served me well as an attorney. Getting the person into my car with, the least resistance, because a lot of times I'd be out there by myself, and I'm a little bit of a germaphobe. So if I didn't have to go hands-on so much, if I could talk you into the backseat of my car, I was going to
and not have to touch you, especially with your pants down.
Yes. So negotiating, bartering,
there's no place to wash your hands in the middle of the road.
I'm sure she had hand sanitizer.
I did, and I had a bucket in the backseat of in the trunk of my patrol car with some Dawn bleach and some rubber gloves. So I was always ready.
Well,
and I
that made
did.
you look like a serial killer.
It really did. But there was no
Man.
ropes or plastic bags or anything
Right.
out there with it.
Although there is a
Can't keep
gun you
them
had.
together.
Well, Walmart's close.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you could have picked that up
That's
pretty
so
easily.
funny.
If you've watched any show, you don't buy all your murder stuff at one store. You need to spread that out throughout 3 or 4 stores.
Yeah, I've watched Dexter too.
As a disclaimer, though, I do not condone murder.
No, I don't either, but
That is, against the law.
well,
Yes.
sometimes
She's a rule
you'll see
follower.
these stories about these thieves, and then they're just stupid.
Stupid
like
criminal stories.
One we had, I guess it was last week. Someone was trying to steal an ATM next to the police station. I mean, come
Of course,
on.
it was in another state. It wasn't here.
They
Seeings don't act like that.
they deserve whatever they're getting. Now, have you ever got a client you thought, man, why are you so stupid?
No, I'm going to surprise you here.
Uh-huh.
I don't get any stupid clients. I get all the innocent clients.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Great answer.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
That's such a lawyer answer. You know, I would think being an officer would prepare you to talk to so many different people. You saw so many, and then you do in your law practice, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
So,
And I remember another case. I was working in Hanging Limb, and I'd pulled over a car that I thought was DUI. And again, was by myself. It was late at night, and I thought, okay, how am I going to get this guy in the back seat of my patrol car because he had warrants out of state? And I was like, I don't want to fight if I don't have to. So I'm having him do the field sobriety. And this isn't a task. Once we went through the regular tasks, I said, okay, now just kind of bend over, face the other way. And he's like, okay, because he was following all those directions. He just thought, I'm going to pass this test.
yeah.
And I was like, go ahead and put your hands behind your back. And he's like, okay. And then I just kind of come up and I was like, got him. And, thinking outside the box.
Did you have a partner that you ran with?
No. I
So
worked
you
in
were by
Overton
yourself.
County. Yeah, I was by myself, hanging limb. So you
Yeah.
had to think outside the box.
You had to because you're a small person.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was cute, Dana. Thank you. But I mean, you probably dealt with perps that were like
Ooh, good
twice
one,
your
perps.
size.
Yeah,
I
wait-
wanted to say that
way to
word.
talk the lingo.
Thanks.
That's good.
But I mean, you really would have to think outside the box. I didn't even realize how. I mean, that was dangerous stuff.
It was, yeah. And I really didn't. Granny and Pa would always talk to me about they're like, you don't want to kill nobody, you don't want to hurt nobody. But you know what? If somebody wants to hurt you, you got to take care of things.
You take them down. Because that's
learned
that's
that in
how our
the police
family is.
academy.
We don't want to do that, but hey, if they're gonna hurt my girl, you take them down.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what you got to do,
And
right?
now she's still taking them down in court.
Amen.
Ooh,
I'm a fan. I'm a fan.
that'd be like a TV show. Now she used to take them down on the streets. Now she takes them down in court.
Dana Looper Law.
Looper.
Writes itself. I love it. Yeah.
Yeah. So have speaking of TV, did you when you watch the TV law shows, are you like, no, there's no way? Or are they pretty accurate? 'Cause I watch a lot of TV law shows.
Yeah.
As you can tell.
And I feel like I could probably
He
be
thinks
a lawyer.
he's a lawyer now.
Well, he watches, like Legally Blonde. That's
Yes.
not accurate. That
Pretty
one is
accurate.
not. And in Suits,
Legally
everybody
Blonde
watched
too.
that one.
Once you've seen that, you're basically a lawyer.
You've graduated to the law.
And they finish it up in 30 minutes. And
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of times cases they can take, a year and a half, depending on a lot of the issues.
That would be frustrating.
And it is, because everybody's like, we're in a world today where when we want something, if we want our groceries, we get it delivered within 30 minutes. We want food, we get it really fast.
Right.
And the law is just not like that. And you don't want it to be that way because you want your attorney to turn over every rock, consider every potential witness, evidence, so then that way they're putting everything before the court.
Well, it's that law / government too. So it's going to go slow. But you're right. Do your clients with all these law shows on? Do they expect it to be? Because it says you get a speedy trial. It's what it says. But
That's not. She doesn't say that.
no. But I mean, isn't that the law that it has to be a speedy trial that you're entitled to?
Is that the law? It has to be a
Boom.
speedy one.
It's in the
Boom.
Constitution.
It's in the Constitution. Boom.
That's that Legally Blonde.
We
he's
know.
been watching.
We know who the real patriot here is for sure.
Sorry, I don't have it all memorized.
She's got the second and the fourth memorized. Those are important too.
The right to bear arms. America.
And she's not talking about just these.
Oh Lord! But I guess
Freedom Pond.
All right. Back to my question. So your clients, when things do last a year and a half, I mean, do you warn them that this is going to happen? Because you're right. Most people have watched it on television or read the Constitution and thought, man, I can get this done in maybe 60 or 90 days. And now a year and a half. That's, I mean, is it just because the courts are backed up?
No, not necessarily. No, I don't want to put it all on the courts because again, you're dealing with not only your calendar, the court's calendar, the other attorney's calendar, setting depositions and mediation. Yeah. So you're
herding cats.
Yeah,
to get it
red
done.
tape, man.
Yeah. Just to get. I mean, think about it. I mean, even if you're just in a normal job and you're trying to have a meeting with different people from different organizations,
that's the hardest thing.
That's the hardest part. Yeah. So I mean, I do get that. Well, so the speedy thing's just out the window.
I wouldn't say that because if I have an agreed divorce, for instance, I try to push for a lot of that because you're going to come out ahead. You and your spouse, if you don't go and spend $20,000 each on an attorney, you come to an agreement, you're reasonable, you can be divorced if you don't have any children within 60 days. So there are some instances where you can have that speediness that you desire.
So if a couple, somebody comes in and getting a divorce and they've already got a piece of paper saying, here's what we're doing, boom, boom, out the door.
Can make it happen within 60 days.
But if it's something, bad, if you've done something bad or allegedly
Thank you.
done something bad, it could take a little longer.
Right.
Okay. See, look, I got allegedly. Sheila got perp in. We're basically lawyers, Sheila.
I feel so smart since I said perp.
The law firm of Scruggs and Grotter.
Ooh, that sounds good.
It sounds like a big law firm.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah, New York.
Who would come to us?
Who wouldn't?
Not right. Now, Judge.
That's him.
You ought to know by now my client's innocent.
Now, Judge.
I think he's got it down.
I'd be more of a Matlock type lawyer, I think. Have you seen the new Matlock?
Yeah, that's Kathy Bates, Tennessean.
Okay.
It's really
Kathy
good.
Bates is an actress.
It's really good.
Okay, I'll have to watch.
You have to watch it. I thought it was going to be lame, but then I watched one of the episodes.
If Kathy Bates is in it, it's not going to be lame. She's a Tennessean.
Well, I know that, but I thought, how are they going to reboot Matlock?
But it's not the same Matlock.
No, it's not the same.
Just
thing.
called the same.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I won't ruin it for you, but you should absolutely watch it.
I was hoping.
You're hoping I wouldn't ruin Matlock for you. Yeah. Well,
I'm always needing a good show. It's really hard to find them.
I recommend that. And
With me, I watch Snapped.
I see that.
So I believe that the shows like Snapped are just instructional videos for women who want to kill their husband.
I don't want to kill my husband.
And I think they should be outlawed.
There's just
talk to your congressman about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you see the wheels turning? She's like,
I mean, there could be a class action suit against that show if it turns into a rash of husband killings.
It's been on for years.
I know. When's it going to happen?
There's been rashes of wife killings.
When's it going to happen? So
wives they're like, we need our own show about husband killing.
I think if you did the statistics, it's more likely that a woman is going to be killed by her spouse than the other way around. And then there's
And
no
more likely,
instructional videos.
A
for
pregnant
that.
woman. Dateline told me that.
Yeah.
Well, Dateline, that's Main Street media there. And
fake news.
It's fake news.
Yeah, look at it.
That's Snap, though. How come every Lifetime movie has got Meredith Baxter Birney killing her husband?
She's been through a lot.
If it's so rare, I mean, they got more movies about it than what's actually happened. Is that what we're saying?
Well, as far as the country, we might have a rash of those, but not Tennessee.
All right. Well, Dana Looper here in the studio. Dana, how do people get in touch with you if they need a lawyer?
So my phone number is 931-559-D-LAW, 3529. And if you hire me, you'll get premier parking right across from the Justice Center. You won't have to walk super far.
That's great.
So I am located right across from the Justice Center at 472 East Spring Street.
All right. Dana Looper here with us. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. And putting up with Sheila and her shenanigans.
I appreciate y'all. Thanks for having
Allegedly.
me. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Constitution.
Alleged.
Look, perp.
Coming up, the ladies from the Silver Fern will be here. They are moving, so we'll get the details on that coming up here in just a little bit. Good morning, Cookeville's brought to you by Elevate Real Estate. We're here in the Willow Window Studio. Be right back.
No support from my broker, minimal commission splits, and outdated marketing tools.
Sound familiar? Accelerate your real estate career with Elevate. Experience broker support, coaching, and training on how to make your team successful, competitive commission plans, and cutting-edge marketing tools.
Join our innovative company with a proven system that compresses 3 years of business growth into just 1 year. Please call 931-520-6450. Elevate Real Estate. We help you accelerate.
Never, ever, 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 never, ever, ever, never been a better time to buy a new Ford than right now. Hey guys, this is Jeff Root, General Manager at Ford Lincoln of Cookeville. For a limited time, Ford has announced employee pricing for everyone. You pay what we pay. Everyone gets employee pricing. There's never, ever, ever, ever been a better time to buy a new Ford than right now. Come see us, 1600 Interstate Drive, or visit us online anytime at FordLincolnofCookeville.com. See dealer for details. Some exclusions apply.
Did you know that all of our stations have some great half-price Upper Cumberland deals? You're supporting local businesses and getting great savings at the same time.
Businesses like Fog Light Food House, CG's Boutique, The Exceptional Bean, Fire and Vine Restaurant and Rooftop Bar, and the Royal House of Cheese.
Visit any of the Cookeville Communications station websites for more information or to purchase a half-price gift card.
Good morning, Cookeville. I'm Jacob Vinson with the UCR Sports Report. The San Francisco 49ers secured their final key off-season piece after signing Brock Purdy and George Kittle. Linebacker Fred Warner agreed to a contract extension of 3 years and $63 million. Warner is coming off his third straight first-team All-Pro season. The Green Bay Packers updated their request of a rule change in regards to the play made famous by the Philadelphia Eagles, tush push. When they first submitted the request, they wanted to eliminate the play and still do today, but have changed the wording to include offensive players cannot assist the runner except by individually blocking opponents for him. The rule change will be voted on at team meetings today and tomorrow in Minneapolis. Join us for a pair of games from the Spring Fling this afternoon. First up at 3 o'clock, the Gornsville Tigerettes take on Halls in the 1A state tournament. Then at 6:30, Upperman Baseball battles Chester County in the 3A state tournament. You can listen to both games on the UCR Facebook page and YouTube channel. I'm Jacob Vinson, and that was the UCR Sports Report.
From the WHUB Willow Window Studios, your trusted window, garage door, and custom window treatment experts. Willow Window. Stop by their new showroom at 310 Newman Drive, Cookeville.
Jason and Sheila here. We're in the Willow Window Studio. It's 7:33 now.
Brandy Lynn, Bree Flora with the Silver Fern Gallery.
Mm-hmm.
Hello. I love that we've got you guys both in here together. They're not the same person. They came in together.
And that's okay.
Really? People think that?
Oh, I was just kidding. I didn't know.
Yeah, I get called Bree a lot. Bree gets called Brandy, you know. It's like, hey, the
Brandy
two weird
and
girls with glasses and tattoos. I mean, you know, like, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, she curled her hair today. That's probably what they think.
Well, I mean, are you moving to where Plenty Bookshop used to be?
No.
Okay, where?
But it was right in that same area.
I got you.
Okay.
So we're in between the In Bloom Bar Studio and Glass Tangerine. That's where
I'm so excited for you guys about that because these are two of the most artsy girls I've ever met, and they deserve to be on the West Side.
Oh,
that's gonna be a great spot for y'all.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I feel really lucky. I feel like we're there not only because we've worked really hard, but because we have so many people rooting for us and so many people who wanted us to be down there and wanted Cookeville to see the art scene that's here and, you know, have it more out in the open and in front. So,
which I didn't think even on Spring Street that y'all were that far away from the art scene, but
no, we're not.
People don't. I mean, people assume that because it's a street over.
It's also just it's a weirdly an easy building to miss. Like East Spring Street is such a crazy road, and I understand that. But I mean, it really is only about less than a 5-minute walk,
Right.
to everything else. But that is hard. And now that we've been over at the new spot, and we're like over there in the space, and then we go over, it is like a different world.
It's so much foot traffic through there.
Oh yeah, that's the difference is the foot traffic. Sure.
And they can walk right by your windows and see how much cool art is in there. And people would say Silver Fern, they didn't know what it was about. Now they can actually walk by and say, oh, I need to go in there.
Yeah, I'm excited. I mean, we've had the paper up to keep things a surprise. But
Oh, okay.
Are you fixing me? Thanks.
Yeah, I think the one really cool thing will be that our art gallery will be in the window. So as the gallery rotates, everybody who's walking by will be able to see who's in there.
That's amazing.
So yeah, when you're walking by, you'll see into the gallery, and then you'll also be able to see very much straight into the storefront.
Okay, let's explain this like somebody that's never been in the shop, which Jason and I both have. We love that shop. But you guys feature art from artists, and it's like a little art gallery, a smaller gallery that's within your Silver Fern gallery. Fiddlehead Gallery, which...
Y'all are going to have to share that mic. This mic just went out for some reason.
Aw.
Hello.
I'm so sorry.
Hello.
It's called the Fiddlehead Gallery.
Yes. But how often do you feature new artists? How often is that turnaround?
So it depends. I mean, when we first opened, I felt like I was doing it every month.
And that was too much.
It was too much. So now it's about 8 shows-ish a year. So anywhere from 2 months to about a month and a half is about average time.
The setup is really great, though, and you guys set that up yourself.
Yes.
Bree sets that up.
Yeah, so the gallery is for local artists, but also artists from around the country. So it kind of switches back and forth. This year it's a lot of local. Last year it was a lot of out of state. So it just depends. And then our main storefront also has a lot of art year round that's just in there that people can come and see and buy. So it's a little different than the gallery, but yeah.
And then there's the whole other part of the store.
Well, that's what I was getting ready to ask. I was like, wait a minute.
It's not just an art gallery.
Let's make sure that acupuncture is still a
And
thing.
teas.
Well, so luckily the way this place is laid out, there's a back entrance, and that will kind of be private for my acupuncture clients because,
I'll get to use that one then.
That's right. You'll have a parking space and everything. Because I don't really see new patients because I'm full.
She's booked because she's great.
That'll be kind of separate and closed off. It'll be really nice. But what I do offer in the shop is a whole kind of selection of what you would call maybe an apothecary vibe. So we have lots of loose leaf teas, herbs. I'm certified as a consultant for host defense mushrooms. So if you're interested in like adding those into your healthcare regimen, like
I've been hearing a lot about that, and with Alzheimer's and dementia.
Yeah, lion's mane.
Lion's mane. That's it. Yeah.
So it helps your neural pathways in your brain make more and better connections. Basically.
Right.
Yeah, so it's.
Oh gosh, I need some of that.
We all need it.
Yeah.
Don't I, Jason?
Can Sheila get on a drip of that?
Drip of it, yeah, we can hook that up.
She comes in for her next acupuncture. Just put her on a drip of that.
It's called menopause fog, okay?
Hey, just real quick, I was skeptical of the acupuncture. It's something I wanted to try, but skeptical.
Sure, yeah.
And Donna, my wife, she got me acupuncture for my birthday and sent me over there to the Silver Fern. And I was having a hard time looking left and right. And when I left there after that acupuncture, pulling out on Spring Street, which a lot of times is taking your life into your own hands.
Absolutely.
I was able to look left and right. And ever since then, I've been a 100% believer in this acupuncture.
It's amazing. I I don't know how it works. You've explained it, but I can't explain it like Brandy because she knows exactly.
I mean, but it's true. I mean, but if you're skeptical, don't be, because I mean, it's a real
People freak out about the needles, and it's not like a shot needle. You can barely feel it.
I don't feel any of it. Even when you put them in my ears that last time, I was just like, well,
My shoulders have been so tight, I've felt it sometime, but it's not like it's nothing like a shot.
Yeah, and like I tell people, it's like, well, one good example is you don't have to believe in it for it to work, right? Because acupuncture works awesome for animals, and they don't believe in anything except for snacks.
Yeah,
pets and
snacks and pets and belly rubs.
And belly rubs, and so that's actually how acupuncture became accepted in the United States. Was someone was using it on horses, and they were like, oh, well, this is like pretty subjective, right? Horses have no opinions, and it's helping them, and so then that kind of got the ball rolling to be like, okay, this can help people too. So, but it's a medicine that's been around for thousands of years.
So it started on animals then.
In the United States, no,
Okay,
it's
gotcha.
just the acceptance of it here. Obviously, for thousands of years, it's been used all over the world.
Because us Americans are like, "Ah, they don't know what they're doing. They're not
try it on the
Americans.
horse first. If it works on the horse, we'll do it.
True.
But if it ain't working on the horse, I ain't trying it.
But, even though I'm not taking new patients, there are other acupuncturists in town. So if you're interested in it, you can always stop by and ask me about it. There's a woman, Arena, Great Road Acupuncture. There's Dr. Kai in town.
Dr. Kai, that sounds like somebody that would be a specialist in acupuncture.
Yeah, he's great. And he's also a functional medicine doctor, so he does a little bit of everything.
You are seeing people for Alpha Gal though.
That's true. Yeah. Alpha Gal, I don't know if you've ever heard of it. It's people get bit by a tick and they develop an
I thought this was one of your friends.
You get an allergy to mammal meat, basically.
Oh, I've heard about that. I've heard about the allergy. I didn't know what it was called.
Yeah, so alpha gal is the name of the sugar molecule that you are reacting to. And so, there is a treatment. It does not take very long, and I do treat people who have that if they need to come in and
Because I mean, that's a more common thing than people think.
Oh man,
of.
around here it's more and more common. I don't see a lot of people from Cookeville, but I see a lot of people from like Clark Range, Birdstown, Jamestown.
Mhm.
Now I'm seeing Rickman. It's getting, but more rural areas.
It's the Lone Star tick, right?
They say it's a Lone Star tick. There's also some theories that there are some other bugs that could possibly create the reaction, and like chiggers, things.
Oh,
that are
really?
very into your.
Oh gosh, and they're so easy to get if you're walking through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now the screw worm's coming.
Ooh.
Have you heard about that?
I don't like the sound of that.
Yeah, so it's coming apparently. So
cool.
I know,
Oh my gosh, these
I'm
two are so
excited-
much fun.
Excited about that. So all right, so how does art and then there's art in the front, acupuncture in the back? It's
I feel
kinda
like it all goes together.
Kind of like a hipster mullet.
That's so funny, Jace. That's good.
So
We
but-
should get some T-shirts.
Yeah.
Before
wearing the hipster mullet of Cookeville.
That's so great.
But how does that come together? I mean, how did that work?
I think it just naturally what made sense to both of our brains. I know I've said this before, maybe even on here, but I was getting acupuncture. It was 2020, and from Brandy, and we were both trying to figure things out because stuff had been changing, and I lost work, and I literally just said, "Would you ever want to do this out of the back of like a storefront gallery where you could also be able to sell more of your loose leaf tea and the herbs and the tinctures and expand on that?" And she was just like, "Absolutely." And it made sense from the start from us. We thought, we both like these things. It's a very common, like if someone likes handmade, artwork or things for the home that have had love poured into it, they're going to also love small batch skincare or ethically sourced teas and herbs. Like those things, in my mind, blend together really well.
Yeah, I think that kind of common thing of like everything being ethically sourced, everything being, as organic as we can get it. I think the two things, and I think art is healing in its own way,
Yes.
right? Like
That's how I see it. That's why I think it all goes together.
Yeah, it's really good for the mind, especially with the gallery, like push your ideas, maybe see something. It may not be your thing, right? Like you may see a piece of art and be like, I don't like that, but that's interesting that someone's mind came up with that, or that's an interesting viewpoint, whether I hold it or not. It's good to be exposed to different things.
Yeah.
You know,
I
it's
totally
good for your
agree.
brain. So, yeah.
When I walk in, when I've been in y'all's store before, my mom is very much like this. She loves arts and she loves crafts, and then she's all the time, she'll make her own tinctures and her own stuff, and she's all into that. I've been trying to talk her into getting acupuncture. She's got some arthritis and fibromyalgia and things like that, and so I've been trying to talk her into going, but she's one of these people that doesn't like to leave.
Sure.
Because she can do everything right at her house. She's got a farm.
But she's
and her
that way.
chickens.
It's a lot like I bet at some point you both have overalls that you've had a subscription to Mother Earth News.
His mom does.
Because my mom
They're
does.
painting the new. They're still trying to get moved in, so they're painting their.
Well, no, I mean, am I wrong?
I personally have never heard of it, but
You never heard of Mother Earth News?
I haven't either.
no. But
The only way I had is
my
him.
God.
I haven't
I will
either.
have to check it out.
Yeah.
I am going to expose both of you to this incredible magazine.
Can't wait.
I can't believe you missed out on this whole time.
What can I say?
I'm going to go to my mom's and get her old ones and bring them to you.
Let me tell you, I do think they would like them. I've never seen them either, but
Yeah.
You
I
just
mean,
heard the name.
it's what it's all about.
from him,
What you guys, it fits perfectly with what you guys are doing.
Love that.
Yeah, no, I'm literally just going straight back to the new space because I'm painting murals in there. So there's gonna be some fun.
That's the overalls.
That's the overall.
yes.
I got you. I mean, I don't know.
I'm sorry, ladies.
We didn't come, dressed together on purpose.
I came dressed to impress. I don't know what you're talking about.
Girl, did you see those overalls she had on?
This is so funny.
It's 7:46 for Jason and Sheila. More with the ladies of the Silver Fern coming up in just a little bit. So hang out with us. We'll be.
Elevate your space with high-quality window treatments from Willow Window. Our dedicated team crafts custom solutions featuring sleek blinds, elegant shades, custom interior and exterior shutters, and luxury drapery tailored to your style. Transform your windows into stunning focal points that enhance your home's charm. Reach out to us today for your complimentary estimate. 931-Window-1.
Unlock the best of local entertainment with Hub Plus. Do you have Roku? Download the Hub Plus app today. Dive into exclusive content like Good Morning Cookeville presented by Elevate Real Estate, catch all the action with high school sports from Upper Cumberland Reporter, and stay updated with the latest weather from Upper Cumberland Weather. Plus, enjoy fantastic local shows such as The Randy Porter Show and Cookeville Lifestyles Show. Don't miss out. Download the Roku app now and start exploring.
From the Upper Cumberland Weather Studio, I'm Anthony Taylor with your Tuesday morning forecast. An elevated risk of severe weather is in place for our entire region today. Our first round of storms is anticipated around lunchtime, with additional storms possible this afternoon and evening. Damaging winds, large hail, and tornadoes are all possible today across Middle Tennessee and here in the Upper Cumberland. A couple of tornadoes could be violent and long track. Highs today will top out in the lower 80s. Please note that NOAA weather radio transmitters are currently down. Make sure you have alternate methods of receiving alerts. Review your severe weather safety plan and be ready to take immediate action should a tornado warning be issued for your location. Upper Cumberland Weather has you covered across our platforms. Follow us on Facebook and X, and find our live channel on YouTube and in the Hub Plus Roku app.
Good morning, Cookeville. We're Jason and Sheila, and we're live here in the Willow Window Studio. 7:48 now.
So I want to talk to, we're talking to, okay, both of them, Brandy Lynn and Bree Flora, who is with Silver Fern Gallery. It's currently on Spring Street. Is it closed this week or open?
We're open.
Open this week on Spring Street.
We're open. Yeah, the last day will be Saturday, and then we'll close. after that.
because they're going to get moved and they're going to the west side.
46 West Broad.
West Broad.
And our opening day is June 5th.
So you'll have a big grand opening at the new location.
Well, kind of. I mean, we're
be
going to be open. And we did have these really cute little notebooks that we had printed with this pretty black foil on the top
Ooh.
of a kind of more updated logo, I guess.
Yeah, like a more stylized version of our
That
logo.
Molly Perry did for us. So
Yes.
we're not showing it yet, but we're going to give those out to the first 25 people.
I've got to make sure I'm there then.
That spend $46 or more.
Which I can easily spend like all day in there. And I love the, we've actually had, Tara Rituals. She does the local makeup.
Riley.
And Riley, that's it. Thank you so much. But that's where I first learned about her, and she's been on our show as well. So, but I wanted to talk about your earrings too that you have on. You made those, Bree, and what coating do you call that?
Powder coating.
Powder coating, and those are they little cicadas or?
Cicadas.
And
Boy, I can hear a bunch of them behind the house right now.
yes,
They're here again.
Yeah.
I love them.
I think they're really neat.
I love cicadas. Yeah.
Yeah,
Why do you why do you
they're just interesting little bugs.
I think they're cute. Yeah. I don't know. I think they're really interesting. I like beetles. I like beetles and cicadas. I don't like spiders. I don't like creepy crawlies at all. But I've always thought beetles of any kind are really beautiful. Like the way that the colors on them, even cicadas, if you really look at them, like the colors are so rich, and it's cool that nature can create these.
Nature has its own like art, you know.
and they're only come out, these are 17 year. So that, every 17 years, like clockwork.
It's really amazing.
That's what's amazing to me about
Yeah.
cicadas is like, and then last year was the 13 year, right?
Yeah.
And then we just happened to get them back to back this time. But
And I know some people hate them because they feel like they're a nuisance and they have the noise that they make. But they are interesting.
And they will absolutely kill
insects.
trees.
They
you know.
do. They will. Yeah.
She's like they
do. They don't mean to.
But it's just,
but
it's just
they're
once.
adorable. So
It's just once in a while.
Well, look how beautiful those earrings are, and their wings are so pretty. They're so iridescent.
Well, it's like beetles historically and cicadas have been used in jewelry for centuries.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like we have lingua nigra, my friend Alicia Goodwin, she's up in Chicago, but we have her jewelry. And I don't know if we have any right now.
You have the beetle heads.
Yeah, but she'll use beetle wings, like those bright green beetle wings. So it's
Like the real wings
the real
to
wings,
make
the actual
jewelry.
wings, yeah.
A lot of people have done that with earrings and things. And that's what I love about the shop because there's so many different. There's handmade bags, like tote bags, like a natural makeup that we were talking about. And
Ceramics. I mean, I'm a jeweler, metalsmith, so I do sterling silver and then the powder coated work. But because of that, I also just love jewelry. So we have so many jewelers locally and a lot from up north where I'm from. So like Rhode Island and New York and Massachusetts. But
and I think it's great that you're bringing it to Cookeville. And I mean, you guys are two of the first to really start changing the way people looked at art around here, bringing it to us actually.
well, cool. It's nice to hear because I mean it's been here, right? Like
Yeah.
we know everybody over at the Cookeville Studio Art Gallery, and we're not the only gallery here, but we strive to do it a little differently. And
Terry Ritter, I want to say get well soon. She recently had some surgery, so
did she? I didn't know that. Get well, Terry.
yeah, I mean we've got a strong community here of art. And
But I think everybody banding together like that has helped people realize just how creative this area is. It's like a beautiful area for art. And I think the Appalachian Center for Craft helps too.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I think
Yeah.
that's brought a lot of people here and kept them here.
Yeah.
Well, that's the problem. They're not staying here because there's not a lot of opportunity for artists, and we want to make more
And
opportunities.
that is something
And
we've worked with.
That's something we've been.
Well, I
trying
can
to
tell
work
you,
on.
someone who was born and raised here,
Yeah.
way more opportunity now
there used to be.
than
Yeah,
there,
for
than there
sure.
ever has been before.
Well, and the question about the Fiddlehead Gallery, we've had a lot of alumni in there or current students even. We've done like student shows.
Artists in residence.
Artists in residence is a big one. So that was one of our first. Sarah Davy was our second show in there. And we'll have Darby Lewis the end of this year. And so
I love that you've showcased anything from puppets to ceramics to photography to drawings. I mean, it's every kind of art.
Puppets.
Yeah.
Remember when Bree was in here last time? I told you you needed to
that's
see
right.
it.
I need to go by and see
Well,
the puppet.
Remember,
Yeah,
Jason?
Yeah, I do remember now.
Well, Holly, the artist, is local, and we will be getting some of her puppets permanently.
They're
to have
amazing.
in the storefront. We've been talking
So
with her
intricate.
because it's amazing.
She has one tiny. Right now, we have the tiny show in our gallery, which
I need to see that.
How many artists?
55 local artists.
Oh
So
wait,
they're
I saw that it
all-
was in the. You had to recreate it because it was in the Silver Fern. Now you've got to recreate it in the other.
Correct. So it is still up at our current location. On Saturday, I will be working to get it reinstalled at the new location before I leave.
I think tiny stuff would be so hard to make.
It is not as easy as people like. Just because it's small does not mean that.
Why do I remember the mushroom out of everything? It was like a little tiny mushroom.
But yeah,
it was
so
one of those little
Holly-
red mushrooms.
Holly, the puppet artist, she does have one tiny little puppet in
He's
there.
a finger puppet.
He's
Oh
very
my
cute.
gosh.
His
Very
name is
cute.
Jacques.
Yeah.
See, I just love all that stuff.
Well, puppets are fun.
Yeah.
I mean, that's.
I know you know that.
I love puppets.
He's a ventriloquist at heart.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Oh yeah.
Well, back in the day,
Yeah.
in third grade.
In other words, I like to say he played with dolls because it annoys him.
It was a ventriloquist dummy, not a doll. There's a huge difference. One could even call it a puppet.
Did you like have it handed down, or did you see that one and you were like, I want that
No,
one?
I saw it in the Sears catalog, and I said I must have that
Yes.
I must have it.
because I was an only child. I guess maybe I needed a friend.
Aw.
I love it.
And who could be my best friend better than me?
I love
I
it.
was also an only child, so I get it. Yeah.
Oh, you give only children a good name.
Yeah, there's so many.
He
that
sometimes
don't.
does.
Don't you get upset with only kids that act bad because they're giving the rest of us a bad name?
You know, honestly, I think the reason I turned out to not have that is this is so bad, was guilt a little bit. You know, my grandmother was always about like giving to the poor kids and stuff, and she would be like, there are people who have nothing, and I would be like, take all my toys.
Aww.
So I was always humbled. I never was able to have much.
Share your toys.
Yeah, so
Well, I understand that. My parents were school teachers,
Yeah.
so it's not like we were rolling in cash.
Right, yeah.
You know, so I got everything that I needed, not everything that I wanted. So, but
Got that dummy.
we were. I did.
That
get
was probably expensive back
I
then.
bet.
That was
Yeah.
a big. That had to count for birthday and
I don't know-
Christmas.
I don't know if you needed it, but you got it.
I absolutely needed it.
He needed a friend
How else was I going to express myself?
It's true.
Right?
yes.
through your art of puppetry.
My arts of
Right.
puppetry.
Yeah.
And now here you are.
Yeah. Talking out loud for money.
Well,
Yeah.
But his
you'll,
mouth is not moving.
No, it just looks like it is.
well, you'll have to come see Jacques,
Yeah.
Oh,
The
yeah.
finger puppet.
the finger puppet.
Well, it's about that time where I probably need to come and get some more acupuncture. To be honest, with
You have to set up your appointment.
Yeah.
Well, so far I've
He's so helpless. He probably says, Sheila, just go ahead and do
so
that.
far I've yet to set my own appointment.
You're just getting them handed to you.
I know.
Yeah, because I feel sorry for him. He's got pain, and I'm like, Brandy can help.
Well, I mean,
The drink and the lady.
that's what's been so great so far, you know. And then, so I guess I'll have to be a big boy and call you myself.
We've got like one more minute. I know you're working on the walls and painting those, and you've actually, I think you did it in pencil a little bit on the wall, and then you went through and painted.
Yeah, so I did all the drawings, just the scale that I can comfortably draw them, and then I project them onto the wall, and then I trace it, and then I paint it. So that's what I'm in the middle of doing.
I remember doing that, like second and third grade, we'd do that.
Still works for,
That's fun.
for doing something large.
But follow their Instagram too and their Facebook pages because you can see that in their stories. The Silver Fern Gallery.
All right.
Yeah, I'm sharing it. And I will say our first event over at the new location. So we opened June 5th, but the last Saturday of June, I don't know the exact date. 28th is the closing reception of the Tiny Show. So
Okay.
come out for that, and the artists will be there, and it'll be fun.
Awesome. Well, good luck on your move, and I know it's going to be a great spot for you, and we're rooting for you guys. So, good luck and getting everything ready.
Yeah, thanks.
Don't call me if you need help moving, though.
Okay.
I don't want you to hurt your neck.
Right. See.
See how sweet.
Doctor's orders.
Dr. Brandy.
That's right.
Corby King will be in tomorrow.
Okay.
So, superintendent of Putnam County Schools, and it's coming to an end.
It's right here at
Yeah, it's like not totally, but like summer.
Yeah.
The end of school
No
for
more
summer.
education ever.
I mean, the school year is coming to an end.
Shutting all the schools down forever.
I need some of that mushroom stuff she was talking about for a better brain.
Lion's mane.
Yeah.
is what you need.
I need tons of it.
All right, guys, have a great rest of your day. Stay weather aware today. If you need any information, don't forget the NOAA Weather Radio transmitters are down today.
For maintenance.
We'll keep you updated here on the radio and on TV. Have a great day. See you. Bye.
Bye.